Thank you. Staying tuned with us. This is the third and final part of Off Pitch Africa. I'm still here with Kenyan International Mathias, just taking us through his career, what he's been up to, his thoughts about the league and hockey in general. So yeah, Mathias,
Yes.
welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, staying tuned with us all through and through, sharing your story is really amazing. Yeah. And again, I just want to insist on people out there, maybe there's a part you really liked more. Engage with us. Tell us what you know about Mato that we don't know, what you like, maybe a word of encouragement. I have a few that I'm going to read down the line, so maybe you stay tuned to that. So Matthias, just to kick it off, the season is about to begin in a few weeks' time. What are your thoughts on the various leagues? Let's start with the Premier League, men and women. What are your thoughts on those?
I can say it's going to be a very tough league.
Yes.
Because it's another new experience for those who have been up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new experience for those who are coming up.
Yeah.
Like say for me, I'm coming up now.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone wants to win and it's going to be so tough. And the ones who are there, their bosses up there, they want to continue winning.
Yes.
And us also who are coming want to keep on and want to win more.
Okay. Let's start with your team in the Premier League, Sikh Union. What's the expectation? You guys have beefed up the team quite a bit. What's the expectation when you are going in?
We want to work hard and bring the club to a top 4 finish.
Yes.
Yes, top 4.
Okay. What are some of the teams' role matches that you are looking forward to in the Premier League?
For me, personally speaking, I'd like to see my first game in the team and see how I'll perform. It will be a new challenge for me.
Yeah. And
also, I'd like to play against every team in the Premier League.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a new juncture, new challenge, and wishing everybody the best.
Yes. People who are coming back into the Premier League like yourself are new debutants like Daiko Heroes and the University of Eldoret. I don't know. What are your sentiments on these teams and expectations in the league?
They are so good. That's why they're in the Premier League.
Definitely.
So it's going to be a tough league.
Yeah.
Everyone is good. Yeah.
There are some structured teams, as you've mentioned, in the university side like USIU and Strathmore University. What are your thoughts for these teams?
I cannot say there is a weak team in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Every game is tough.
Yes.
Every team is tough. So what I can say is, that's the way I've said it, all the best to everyone, and also everyone should just work hard and
for their own.
Yeah.
So you are looking forward to the league to start?
Yes.
Any targets for yourself?
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Step-by-step target for me, the first target is to do well in the first game. Yeah. And then one game at a time, and at the end of the season, try to be at the top 4 position.
Okay. Let's move on to maybe the Premier League women's side. What's your expectation of this? At least in the recent seasons, we've seen Blazers, Lakers, USIU, and even Strathmore switching position at the top. What's just your sentiments? What do you think the season this time is going to look like for the women league?
It's so tough to predict because that's the way I've mentioned it. Lakers are good, Blazers are good, USIU are good, Amira are good.
I've not mentioned them, but always, yes.
So maybe we can decide after the first leg maybe, and we see who does well, who does.
Yeah. Okay. New debutants also, Mombasa Sports Club. For the women teams that are coming up, what do you have for them?
I'm just wishing them the best.
Yes. Then moving on swiftly to the Super League men. We've seen Premier League sides such as Green Sharks, KCA, gone down. We've seen Premier League sides, former Premier League sides such as Park Road and Mombasa Sports Club also staying in the Super League side, not being able to come back to the Premier to show how competitive the Super League is. What are your thoughts on the Premier League, the Super League men?
As I said earlier, the Super League is so tough. There are around 24 games, both first leg and second leg.
Yes.
So it's a tough league.
It's a tough one.
It's a very tough
Mind
league.
you, this time it's only one leg. if I'm not wrong.
I've
So
heard
it's
of it.
one
So
straight.
one straight leg.
No 24 matches this time for people. I don't know, will this affect how it plays out?
It means the league is going to be more intense.
Yes.
Yes, so it's either all or all. If you want to be at the top, you just have to win all your games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any team that you are expecting to really rival or try force their way back into the Premier League next time from the list this time round?
I cannot say, because you know the thing with the league is that it's not like a tournament. You can decide this one is going to be at the top. This one,
Yeah.
no. It just shapes up. Let's say that question is good after the first 6 games, maybe.
Then we figure out who
Yes.
is who. Another thing that might affect the dynamics of this leg of the fixtures is most of the matches will be played in the Maram or in the grass fields.
Yes.
What impact will this contribute in outcome of the?
It means that there'll be no underdog, because everyone will be now on a same level.
More of like
Same, yes.
yes.
Everyone trains on Maram.
Everyone
They'll
either
play on
Maram
Maram,
or
yes.
grass. Yes.
So you cannot predict who's going to win the league.
Okay.
And also you cannot predict who's going to be beaten. Even the tops may find the game tough.
Even for them.
Yes.
Yes. Home and away matches is also something that contributes here, because there are matches going to be in Mombasa, there are matches going to be in Kisumu, Kitale, and even Nakuru. What has been your experience playing away matches in some of these areas, or even just playing the ones in Nairobi for you?
What I can say is that it's tough playing on Saturday in Nakuru and then on Sunday in Kitale.
Yes.
If it's one venue, let's say on Sunday you're just playing in Kitale, it's okay, one game. But if you're playing in Kitale
Yes.
and then you come to play in Nakuru, it's so tough. You're traveling. Mind you, some of the players are driving. So
Already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the same pitch, different teammates, so it's just the best to win.
The best team to win. Maybe moving on to the Super League women, Twinkle really rivaled last season when they were playing. This is going to be their second season in the Super League, trying to push their way into the Women Premier League. What are your thoughts of the Women Super League matches?
Oh, as I said earlier, it's just a matter of God's timing is the best.
Yes.
So when your time comes to rise up, at the end of the day, they'll rise. It's a good team. Even the owner there, what he has done for the girls, empowering girls in the sport. So what I can say for them is, when the right time comes, they'll be okay.
Yes. There are two teams. I know you are a big fan of Coach Dij with the JKUAT women. I'm a big fan of Coach Ian with what he's doing with the Daystar ladies women team. Anything else that might stand out for you in the Women's Super League, be it the coach, be it the players, be it the competition that's within there?
What for me, I'll sit up for, maybe we'll see how the coach handles the ladies team. Yeah. So it's a matter of the coach,
how he plays it out.
Yes.
Okay. Another place that has really proven to be having a lot of competition right about now, I would even want to thank the league, is bringing the third division, that is the National League for men. We have the East and the which zone? I know they are divided East and Western zone. Yeah, so we've seen a good number of new clubs coming here. I'm seeing Thika Rovers is back, Nyari, there's Masai Mara, Kirinyaga Knights, who this will be their second season. How are you feeling about us having the National League and the competition that it has also just brought into the division, men's division?
I can say the National League is good because, okay, all of these teams cannot be in the Premier League.
Yes.
All of these teams cannot be in the Super League.
Yes.
So there's always a staircase for us to climb as we go up. So it's a tough league. And also, when you play in the Eastern Zone, you don't know your opponent in the Western Zone. So when you come up, it's a really tough league.
I know your former club, Park Road Tigers, are here. They didn't get it any easier last season.
Yes.
What are your feelings and even words of encouragement to the...
This season we'll do better. we will do better.
What's different or what has changed?
I can say last season most of our we lost away games more. So no, we did not lose away. What happened was that
starting of the league was hard, but then later on,
yes. So
yes,
this time we just start strong.
Okay. There's a player who really terrorized me while I was in high school, Opesh. Or Opede. He's in the National League. I'm a real big fan of his play, and I've never been happier to see him get back into playing. Park Road is proving to be a home for a lot of Kisumu players. What's the relationship there, or what is contributing to this?
What I can say is that Park Road is a family where if you are charismatic and if you like to be a happy person,
yes,
I think you should be there.
That's the home for you. Yeah. So maybe a word to all these players who are preparing for the league. What can you tell them? How do you, maybe how they should prepare better? A word or two for them.
I don't have much to say on preparation, but what I can say is that they just put God first, because hockey is a sport and there's life outside.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, they enjoy the sport. Yeah.
There's another big part. I would also want you to talk to some of the young players or even people who are thinking about changing clubs. For you, knowing that all these clubs have different dynamics, what should someone look out for when they are planning on moving from one club to another?
It has different circumstances.
Yes, it does.
So, just as I said, you cannot play in a club where you're not comfortable, or you cannot move to a club where you're not comfortable. So it's a matter of them being comfortable with the club and also not rushing things.
Yes.
Pole pole tu itafunguka.
Okay. The month is for pushing for mental health awareness. I'm sure there's so much pressures for us young people to achieve for internationals like yourself to move higher in the field. How do you ensure that you maintain a balance? You enjoy the sport, you enjoy what's happening off the field without having it being much of a burden to you?
For me, you cannot be okay mentally and your personal life is away from God. That is something, okay, life is always about you being okay with God, who is your creator. God is everything. And then from there on, you have a peaceful life with joy, and also you need to have many friends who you interact with.
Yes.
For example, from here, I have Bradley as my friend, you as my friend, so any wrong thing you should
be able to point out here.
And also the sport is it should not be a burden of you being
it should not burden you as much to a point where you are frustrated or feeling down about it.
If you're frustrated, just stay low, relax, talk to a friend, or even some people, for them to release their frustration, they talk. So
they have to talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just talk it out and then relax.
Okay. Another big part is having a mentor, someone you can look forward to, someone who can guide you. Like you said, you have your dad, you have Diablo on the end. What's the importance of having these kind of people who can just help you point out, do this, Martin, don't do this? How can you?
Okay, the main important is that they are older than you. They were there before you.
Yes.
So whatever they tell you, they have been through it.
Yes.
But for me, I advocate more of having more joyous friends and friends who laugh a lot. Yeah, they help you a lot.
Yes. So what are some of your greatest lessons you've picked this far that you'd want to also share with the upcoming players?
God's time is the best. Simple that way. Ile tu saa itakuwa saa.
Yes.
Itakuwa tu saa.
Yeah. I know you have academics going on, but also with your talents, there's the thought of maybe going to play professionally outside the country. How are you balancing, how are you balancing work, school and playing? And again, how are you ensuring that all of these things don't affect or even look forward to going even higher with the sport?
Okay, what I do is I have my friends at school. Of course, we must have a group discussion. The coursework is not easy. And also another thing, from KCA, whenever I leave out, I continue with my coursework online. And then when I come back, any cuts that is physical, I do them. If the cut is online, I do it outside. Yeah, so And also I have to communicate it to the school dean and the lecturers, so
Yes.
it's easy for me to handle it.
Okay. The school has been accommodating to you being able to go out for the...
Yes.
Okay. Back to now, you having higher aspirations such as playing in a bigger league outside the country. How are you balancing this so that it's still a reality and while you are still working to it?
Working hard on the pitch. Okay, for me, if you ask me, I am not having a pressure to, I must play out there. Okay, it's a dream, yes, but for me, even if I play in the country, it's okay, but my main goal is to be a better person, career-wise, and also just as life, to be a better person.
Yes.
I can go out there and I'm not the best of myself.
Yes. I know you've had a mentor in a coach, in a player, and in even officiating. Yourself, what's your progression like looking like in the sport? Do you want to be a coach in the future, or do you want to be an official in the future?
No, after
what's your...
after playing, I can consider being a coach, but I'm not having...
Not at the moment. But you know, the education bit about it can start now, so that by the time you are finishing off, it's not like you're starting.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe it's something to look into or consider going forward. Maybe what other aspirations are you having on top of playing, going professional with the sport, also education? What other aspirations do you have?
First of all, I want to be I'm studying computer science right now. And what I'm looking for is ways of making I really want to specialize in cybersecurity. So ways of making the internet safer for all of us. Because that's the main thing, security, safety.
It is.
Yeah. And reduce cybercrime.
Okay.
And also now to handle it. I'm also interested in forensics. So maybe if things go well, I can consider maybe helping the country in the National Intelligence Service and some things like that.
Okay. Yeah. 5 years, 3 years down the line, where are you seeing Mathias?
I can say, what I can say is that I'll be so much ahead, a better person than where I am now.
Right now. So not clear how, but progression, positive progression needs to be there. Yeah. The league is starting. Word to opponent, word to your players, or just to on how they prepare or look forward to the season?
All the best in your endeavors, and above all, let's enjoy the game.
Yes. Anything you would want to add on what we didn't touch on during the conversation that you might want to mention? This is your time.
I just want to say thank you to Off Pitch Africa for this chance today. And also to Bradley, we welcomed you over here.
Yes.
I was not available. I was handling some exams out there, but I'm here today. And
thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Yes. So we really appreciate you creating the time to be here and share on your conversation. I'm sure a lot of guys are looking up to you, and it's a conversation we want to have out there for them so that they can just act accordingly with it, or even know you better for those of us who might not have done so earlier. At this point, do you have any shout outs that you want to give your guys from Kitale, Park Road members, and even current Simba or even KCA teams?
Of course, first of all, it's the Park Road team, all the people in Park Road, St. Anthony also, all my friends, the alumni, we were there, who are mostly now in Strathmore. And of course, my friend Solo is a good friend of mine. Whenever I'm low, he's good.
Yes. Okay. Anyone else? Family? I know your mom is a person you've
my
called.
Sister, let me acknowledge my sister.
Yeah,
so that when I get back home, she won't say I'm in an interview.
You didn't even mention. Yes. Thank you so much, Martin. I know you are a defensive midfielder, and you're also a penalty corner specialist, or training to be a specialist. What are some of the basics that someone needs to have with that?
First of all, just use the internet as your friend, watch what happens. And also, for me, I learned it by asking many other people. I asked my coach, Willie, I asked my teammate, Connie, the national team. And also, of course, learning from watching other people doing it.
Yes. So from that, what have you picked that you can share?
For me, what I can say is, okay, let's say, what aspect are you asking me about?
Drug flick.
Drug flicking.
Yes. I know you are also the the sport kick taker also. Let's start with the PC, then we move on to the...
In terms of PC, you should build power on your core and also learn the crossover steps so as to make the drag flick, and also build your arm.
Yeah. Yes. So how many times are you training right now to master this?
Okay, due to avoid many back injuries, I only do it twice a week.
Twice a week.
The more you drag flick, it's tough also on the AstroTurfs because you might find out that your back is pulling and all that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. What about the flick?
The flick, I've not been... Okay, I'm good at the flicks, but I've not been that confident enough, and I learned that confidence is a key factor.
Confidence is a key factor. Anything else to judge where to place it, how to be the keeper, using the eyes?
I can say, just put it low.
Put it low, always. Yes. Low left. Low left, low right.
Yes, just put it low. If you're putting it up top, make sure you have really trained well for it. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Another thing you've really mastered is the long passes and hard passes from the defensive area. What should we pick up on that if we are ever to?
If you build your torso, it means you love the power.
Yeah.
And now if you build your skill plus the power, it means you can put it at whatever range.
Yeah.
Even you may end up in your game, you race hitting the ball.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you. I think we will give us a demonstration of this once we are done, so that maybe we just have a feel of how it is. For those of us who don't know how to go about it, you'll see Mato do that demonstration. But anyway, this is Off Pitch Africa. We are coming to the end of this episode, and I'm really thankful for Bradley and Mathias for creating the time to have this conversation with us again. Again, I want to insist to the viewers out there to like, subscribe, share the conversation or the word of what you are doing with Off Pitch. We are also welcoming brands on board if need be, just to ensure we grow the sport as much as possible. We are thinking on doing live production also. You might reach out if you want to do your own podcast at the same time. You might reach us on our email at offpitchafrica@gmail.com so that we might talk more. Until then, stay tuned for more conversation. We have a whole lot more lined up for the season. This has been your host, Boniface Otieno.